Hey guys, Moxie here, and today I'm going to combine my two favorite things, which are talking about my OCs and drawing from Pinterest references. And yes, I'm going to do this by drawing my OCs from Pinterest references while talking about them. Yay, let's begin! First pose is this one. Yeah, I don't actually see it now, but when I'll redact the video it will appear on screen. Hopefully. I'm very bad at video editing, to be honest. But the second I saw this pose, it reminded me of one of my OCs, Sabrina. Sabrina is a lovely little girl. She's like 16 if I correctly remember. She's a ray of sunshine, and yeah, she's very cool. And oh gosh, I don't know what am I going to talk in this video. Oh, if you have probably seen my sketchbook number 10 tour, you probably remember how I tried to draw her in this pose, but it just didn't work out well. I think it also doesn't work out now. Let's start again. Maybe do like a little bit of full body shots. Probably it will help. Most likely not, but we can always try. I really like the sweater of this photo. I really want Sabrina to wear something like this, even though it's not that much of her style. She likes more colorful things and stuff. What can I say about Sabrina? Well, the story she's into, she's like one of the main characters in it. She's always outgoing and chatty and friendly. She is a big disaster around her crushes, especially one specific girl. But about this we can talk later, so let's draw the face, aka my favorite part. Sabrina is a blogger. She and her best friend Theo they're like blog about paranormal stuff and cryptids and stuff. And then they accidentally like bump into the paranormal way of blogging about, and like Theo is a skeptic and he like shocked, but Sab isn't, because she like believes in everything paranormal. She basically believes in everything people say to her, which is her big flaw actually. Another thing I really like about her is her earrings, and the fact that I want to make like a background gag that's every time she's on screen or every new episode she like is wearing new earrings. So yeah, I intended this to be book shaped, but I think it didn't work out that well. Also, I really like her hair, and I'm actually proud of her design in general. Oops, my screen does not... what am I talking about? I want her to wear the same clothes the reference pose wears, because this is like so fashionable. I really like the sweater. It's like so chaotic, and it really incorporates her chaotic energy. Maybe like this is like really baggy and it's quite hard to draw, but it's very fun, so I forgive it. Maybe we should add the patches and stuff. Man, it really looks so cozy. I think Sabrina would like clothes like this, even though I'm saying she more likes like pastel stuff. It's more in her fashion. She's like really much of a fashion nerd, I dare say, but I think the most nerd she is the paranormal and cryptids nerd that I've already told. And the story takes place in a world where cryptids and elves and stuffs exist. Basically every stuff that people tell in legends and everything, it all exists, but people don't know about it. But Theo and Sab do know, because they accidentally bumped into a werewolf. A werewolf is a girl called Robin, You probably remember her from the sketchbook tours, like the one with the like her hair half shaved. I don't know. I'll probably draw Robin 2 today and Theo and all the other kids from the squad because their dynamic is probably one of my favorite ever created. I mean, one of the favorites that I created. The character dynamics is probably my favorite thing in medias, so I really want to like concentrate on it in the stuff I create. So this is really important to me, and this girl is like the pure ray of sunshine of the group, but she's also like really smart, probably one of the smartest of the gang. You know, they're like a gang of nerds, so they're all really smart. Most of the characters I create are quite smart. I think it's because I am addicted to projects onto my kids to make them all burned out top students. What else can I talk about this girl? Well, I don't know actually, but she's like surprisingly not that much popular in school. I just say she's like an outcast of some sorts. Not like people hate her, but like she likes really few friends. I think Theo is her only friend when the story begins. Then she finds the other kids and they become good buddies, but you understand. She's very nice actually to people, but she's really naive, and this is her big flaw, as I've already said. And hey, I think this pose turned out quite nice, so I'll quickly choose the next one. Give me a sec. So the pose I decided to do next is this one, and it has like 3 characters, so it's going to be more challenging, but I think I'm ready for it. And I think the kids I want to draw are MY OCS from a different story, which is called Lighthouse Finds a Way. It's about 4 bi siblings trying to survive in school and find love and stuff. I think like the thing about the story is that it started off as a simple rom-com kind of thing, like I don't know, Heartstopper, but with more couples. Like the mix of Heartstopper and Love Actually, probably. But as I developed it, it got much like heavier about the topics of school and burning out and top students and expectations and generally about surviving in school. But I think it adds depth to the story, so I don't mind. And there are important things I can tell about these topics, so I think that getting the story a bit heavier is also really cool. Now the last character. These 3 are the youngest characters of the story. They're just 13 years old, and their names are Mia, Oliver, and Judy. You probably don't even see them now because this is just like the sketches of the sketches. But you see, here they are. I'll start developing the sketch now. And what can I say about them? They're like a best friends trio, even though Mia and Oliver I think are the closest of the 3 of them. They're secretly in love with each other. I mean, not secretly, but they don't know about it. Everyone else knows, but they don't. Judy especially knows. She like shoots them so hard. Mia is the protagonist of the story. She's a little girl who loves everyone and everything, and she really wants to befriend everyone who exists in the universe. Kind of like Steven Universe, probably. And like she's really fun, she's clever, she really likes music, she plays the guitar and wants to be a famous star. She likes being noticed and when people pay attention to her, though I can't call her like selfish or self-centered, because she cares about other people so much and she wants to help them open up too. That's why she like always clicks with people in a really good way. She's like cartoon protagonist, but in I think this series is more of a TV series potential, I think. But she's like Steven Universe or Kipo or Lucy Sátyr from the Lighthouse by the type of her personality, and she's also a lot like me in her personality because I relate to every cartoon protagonist ever made. That one outgoing kid who wants to help people and wants to be nice. I think that's cool of me actually. And she is quite obvious about Oliver's crush on her. They have known each other for years. Since they were like 3 or 4, they met at the kindergarten. And Oliver quickly developed feelings for her, and so did she, but Oliver quickly recognized them, but Mia didn't, which is kind of strange because Mia is always like the one who is all about love and romance and stuff, but somehow she can't notice that someone is in love with her and she's in love with him too. These two are like very sweet. I love the childhood friends to lovers trope like a lot. And like I want to talk about them for hours because they're just so cute. I don't want to spoil much about their development, but yeah, they're really nice kids. And also Mia is bi, who recently came out, and she's really excited about it, and Oliver is very supportive. And what else can I talk about the story? Oliver is like, he's a nerd just like Mia. They're the little nerd kids who bond with each other about their favorite books and stuff, but Oliver is much more shy and closed than Mia. He doesn't like being the center of attention. He's more of the one who helps others to become the spotlights. He wants to be her producer when she starts like making her songs, and she does. But you know, 13 years olds always have their big dreams about life and stuff. And the third kid of the squad is Judy. She's also 13. She's a trans girl. And she's Mia's other best friend, other than Oliver and her 3 siblings. She's like the typical main character best friend. Like that one girl who is always the fashionable one and likes talking, I don't know, on her phone and very popular in social media. That's kind of how she is, but I really like her fashion style. She's like kind of a kidcore or something, and also with an artsy turn to it. And she's like very fun. She's one of the most recent characters I have created, except for like these story ideas that I have in my head but didn't turn into something yet. I have 2 of them already. Oh my gosh. I will turn them into something one day when I will have like more time and motivation, and school won't put that much pressure on me, because right now it's kind of horrible, to be honest. But here they are. Judy is like the typical gossip girl, I think, but she's still very fun to write, and she's like still a very loyal and nice person, though she likes all the gossip and likes popularity and things. But she's cute. I love her, and her friendship with me is very nice. Oh, I forgot that she wears glasses as well. Funny enough how Mia is the only member of the gang who doesn't. And here they are, my teeny tiny kids. Let's choose the next pose. So I chose this one, and I'm going to draw characters from a different story, and we should flip the sketchbook because it works better in like a vertical pose. And I'm going to draw 2 boys from my other story, whose names are Michael and Alex. And they're like supporting characters, though they're like parts of the main gang. They're both very nice, they're best friends, they're really close to each other and have been for years. Mike is like the nerdiest nerd you've ever seen. I really like creating nerd characters. As I've already said, I'm totally not projecting on my kids. And the other one is Alex. He's like the comic relief character, which is probably one of my favorite kinds of characters, especially male characters. They quickly become my faves, especially if they're also smart, like Sokka from Avatar or Percy Jackson. And like I really like this trope, so there's a lot of comic relief smart boys in my medias, which are non-existent but will exist one day. I believe in myself. And like the hand goes like this. This pose is like so fun and so strange, but I think it's also fun to make. So let's start adding the lines. I have noticed that I don't really make that much of a sketch. It's like a really rough draft and then already line art. Sometimes I also add like construction lines. Man, I really should add the construction lines, especially for the hands. This like just takes a lot of time and doesn't always turn out that well, but let's do it anyway, because I really need to study these kinds of things, especially the way I draw limbs, like legs and arms. Oh, his legs are kind of in another way, like this. And here's Alex. Man, I really like how this pose turned out. Now let's set these things. I will really have a lot to erase, but it's okay, it's alright, I can make it. Now these little things and this. I think we are done. Oh man, his hands are like spaghetti. I should totally fix it. Like this, maybe? Yes, they no longer look like spaghetti. Yay! I can make my characters look like something that is not spaghetti. Good for you, Roxy. Great job. Oh my gosh, what am I talking about? I should really talk about the story. So, as I already said, Michael is the nerd and Alex is the comedic relief. And another thing about the story is that the main characters, all except the one, have like superpowers, and these boys are no exception. And Michael's like the Flash, like he can run really fast and also probably generates electricity. I haven't really thought about it, but he probably can because it's cool and I love electric powers. Like already like 2 or 3 of my kids have electric powers. So here he is, and Alex, he has ice powers, and he's probably, why did I say probably 2 times? Excuse me. His story is probably one of the saddest in the story. So that's it. I don't really want to talk about Alex's backstory because it's like very spoilery, but let's just say he has done some bad things and he doesn't want to talk about it. But like ice powers are like way more destructive than people might think. Because have you been watching Frozen, guys? You remember that Frozen end? It ended happily, but still. Why am I talking about Frozen? What's next? What else can I talk about with these guys? Well, I don't know. Actually, their relationship is one of the closest in the story because they're like really close to each other, like brothers. And also, Alex really likes, like romantically, Michael's sister. like this. They're like the trio of the story, and Michael is 15 and Alex is 14, which I think is quite young for all the things that have happened to them. But I don't know, that's kind of the plots of every young adult media. No, they're still not adults, they're just young, and I'm so sorry for like making all the things about... What am I talking about? I should probably just stop the sentence at this point. Sorry this happens, guys. I kind of like lost the thing. Oh my gosh, sorry. I talk strange today and always. I think we're done with this one. Let's do some more of these quick poses. And this is the pose we are going to draw now. Camera, please. Like, stand still. Excuse me for this. I want to draw two main characters from a completely different story, but the one that is related to this one. And this, I want to draw the main character, Christy, with her love interest, Liam. They're really sweet. They're like the opposites attract couple, because Liam is all about the rules and being all noble, like a knight. He's like all about knights. He loves them. He loves the knight medias. He actually kind of wants to be a knight himself, though he knows it's kind of cringe, actually. But I love this boy. He's really sweet. And Christy, who is the main character, she's like all about breaking the rules and about causing trouble and running from the trouble she caused and having fun with her friends and everything. But they like each other nonetheless. They're really cute, and they're both like the magicians, like not magicians, but stage magicians. Yes, I remember the word. But I make Christy's face like super happy. Oh, sorry. Yes, I want to say yes, like this. And here be this kind of. Oh my gosh, this looks scary. Oh my God, I'm going to erase this now. I'm quite satisfied with Christy's design actually, and I love her character in general because she's so complicated and also so simple. I created her when I was like 12, and I develop her almost every day. I love her so much, and man, she looks so lovesick here. She usually doesn't look that peaceful. She usually like breaks something all the time. And like, as I already said, she causes a lot of trouble, but it's okay because she's really cute and I love her. And she always has this messy little ponytail, because like the girl on the reference is wearing a wedding dress, but Christy really dislikes dresses. I think she's kind of like doesn't like the girly clothes in general. She always wears like, I don't know, grunge, skater girl kinds of clothes, something really simple, which doesn't really mess up her movements. I don't know how to say this, but you probably understand. And so that's kinda it. She's chaotic, she's super chaotic, and because she always causes trouble, she like gets in way bigger trouble than most people do. But that's okay because she has a lot of friends. She has 12 friends, which is really huge. But as I've already said, this concept of the story started out when I was like 13, so that's okay. 13 years old me can work with it, and so I can too. I think I can find a way to balance out the characters, because I love them all. Like, I love them all a lot. They're one big gang, and these two, they met when they were like 12 or 11, I think 11. because they both studied in the same school, which is the School of Arts. They both studied stage magic. Don't ask me why the art school has stage magic, because it's school for all the different talents. And I really like the concept of this kind of school. It's like university but for young kids. And I think this concept is kind of rad. And of course Christy looks lusty here, but I want her to look like more at the viewer. Yeah, like this. And I think that's okay. I think we should kind of change the way her eyes are placed. And make the eye turn a little bit lefter. No, not that much lefter. Sorry for my ramblings while I draw. Yeah, I think this one works. Maybe like this, because she's always like has this Pixar poster expression, if you understand what I'm talking about. And let's do the last quick bullet, because I have 5 stories and want to talk about them all. Let me quickly choose. And this is our last post. Pose. And I want to draw another couple of mine from another story of mine, which is like probably the darkest story I made, but the one of the fluffiest couples I made. I think this kind of like balances everything out. The way the world they live in is so harsh, but they're so cute and have such a tender relationship with each other. And managed to really name the characters. The characters are Colin and Zoe. They're very sweet, and Colin is 17 and Zoe is 16. They're very nice. They have known each other for years and have been pining for each other for years, and they're parts of the trio because they have another friend named Tasha, who is the main character of the story, and these two are her best friends forever. She loves them very much and she shoots them more than anyone ever. And these two are like really obviously in love, but they hasn't like stated it yet. I don't think they have even kissed. But at some point of the story, at some very spoilery point of the story, they turned out like in the most tragic ship ever. Because if you have seen the sketchbook tour number 11, I have told that Zoe has a very big dark secret, which I can't talk about yet, but if you're from Art Fight, you know it, and that makes her story like a lot sad. I want to make her like the tragic character, but I think I will make them a happy ending, because they can't make anything but happy ending. I mean, I love them so much. These two are cute. I think this is like pre-story or early story. And this is like a very cute pose. I think it fits for them. They're like the purest little kids ever, which again is a big balance out, because her friend Tasha and her love interest Samuel, who has a complicated backstory with Colin because they're brothers, but let's talk about it later. And Samuel is like Samuel and Tasha are like super flirty with each other and have such a huge chemistry, which is a big balance from these two pining for each other and not noticing that. What can I say about the characters? Colin is the puppy sunshine little boy, because he's like so naive and he loves people and he loves everything. He loves puppies, he loves his friends, he loves basically everything in the world. He's super cute. And Colin is a shy little baby who loves her friends and wants to like live a quiet life with them and go on their silly little adventures and stuffs. And she's like a very nice person in general. And that's kind of how these two are. And they also have powers, because this story is also power centered. Basically like 13% of the people in this story have magical powers. So here obviously the schools for education of them, and they're kind of part of them becomes superheroes and part of them becomes supervillains by their choice of course, because you just can't choose if the person wants to be kind or evil. But yeah, some people like choose to be supervillains, and there's like this big superhero company that has a superhero school that is to study in, and there's also a big supervillain company which like Samuel is in. He's like the villain, but not exactly the villain. It's really complicated. These two have the powers. Colin is the shapeshifter, and Zoe, well, this is kind of the concept of the story, but for now her power is plant manipulation. Then you'll understand some things about her powers later, because they're like one of the most spoilery parts of the story. I think we're done. Let's add some pops of colors. I want orange. These are just normal IKEA markers actually, but I have found out that they're really cool if you want to add colors to your sketchbook, because they don't bleed through as much as normal markers, but they still are very bright and cool to use. Man, this video turned out long, but that's okay because I love talking about my characters. Hope you did too. They're so fun, and maybe you understood some things about the story and now can support me when I'll talk about it the next times and present you new characters. Maybe I'll even do animatics one day. Most likely I won't, but anyway. So let's add some pops of color here as well. Maybe like this, which is like the easiest thing ever to make. I really try to balance the pages and like make everything simple but also bright. I don't know, I just really want my sketchbooks to look all accurate and simple and pretty. I think I kind of succeed with it, but not sure. The problem with the sketchbook is like the pages are so thin, even these markers can bleed through, and this is kind of awful, but I still really like the sketchbook. It's very nice, though it's supposed to be just a copybook, but for me every copybook with white pages is a sketchbook. So yeah, I don't know what do I want to do with Christy and Liam, which is a shame. I love them. Maybe like this kind of thing. Oh, strange. This looks strange. Maybe add more. Yeah, I think I start noticing how well it looks. Yay! Let's just add some more of these little lines. Yes, I think it looks cool. So yeah, these are all the drawings we made. Thank you so much for joining me talking about my OCs. See you next week and bye!